Hey y'all, in this video Kelly and I are going to show you how to drain an RV hot water heater. Our model is a Grand Design XLS 22 MLE. We thought the water was clear in our park, and when we hooked it up to the RV it filled up and the water turned out to be quite brown. So the best and easiest way to get the brown out of our pipes and our water heater was to actually drain the pipes and the water heater. Before you do this, make sure the water source to your RV is turned off. So Kelly is telling me he's just going to drain this, which probably is not the easiest or whatever, but it would be the faster than the way I'm doing it.
Yeah, so since you know it's all filled up with dirty water, right? So we filled up the water heater with the dirty water, and she's been trying to flush it, so we're going to stop all that. So when you get to your water heater, I have a 6-gallon water heater. Always come here to the pressure relief valve. In this case, she didn't turn the power on, so it never heated up, so it really shouldn't have big pressure on it. But I always trip this little deal here, and its water's going to come out of here if it had pressure on it, right? So here's what we're doing: just lift this straight up, and it's relieving the pressure, and it's getting all your crap wet, but that's a design flaw. Thank the engineers when you see them. But once you get the pressure out of here, then you're good to go. Now this is the plug. This one's a PVC plug. And so you got to remove this, and what it'll do is drain that whole 6-gallon water heater capacity out on the ground right here. So I'm doing this just because of the dirty water that we put into our trailer. Leave this open. It's not going to hurt you, but it lets you know there's no pressure to deal with. I always carry Teflon with me, so putting this back on, you need to Teflon it with something to keep it from leaking, because you don't want it dripping down the side of your trailer for the rest of your life.
When would you normally, besides this, drain that water heater?
So I just drained it we had freezing weather. It was like 19 degrees for 3 or 4 days around our house, and I come out here as part of my winterization. I pull this plug and drain that, all water everywhere, and I leave all the drain valves open and all the faucets open on the inside during the freeze and for the winterization, what we call it. And I know I'm using my channel locks backwards, but I can't get them in here the right way. I do know how to use channel lock.
I'd use a ratchet wrench if it would let me.
I tried ratchets. I have sockets that'll fit this, but if you see the way, thank another engineer for this too, because you can't get in there with that.
Yeah, not really ideal. I mean, if you need to replace that big part, it's convenient.
Yeah, the people who design these things aren't the guys that work on them, so.
Is that the gas line? All this?
This is, yeah.
Yeah, so you want to be careful around that anyway. Is that water just going to gush out?
Yeah, here it comes.
Step back. So that was a lot of dirty water that came out, but you can see now it looks like it's kind of running clear, but it's not. What we're definitely going to do next time, because we did a rookie move, or we're rookies, or even experienced people maybe don't know this, but
we trusted but didn't verify.
That's his logo these days: trust but verify. So he did turn the water on before we hooked everything up, and it looked clear. But we're going to get like a trash can or something for the water flowing, because that's when you can see the difference of the color rather than it just flowing out. So note to self, that's what we'll do anytime we're getting ready before we hook up to the RV. Yeah, I would have had a lot of water to go through, wouldn't I? And that doesn't speak much for our filter, does it?
Suspended solids is what that filter's for. It's not for the clarity.
Oh, I thought it was.
Not totally, no. And for now, that Teflon's good enough for this time. But I do have some in the compartment. I always carry it with me. I can put more on it. I'm gonna end up doing this again, no doubt. So I'm not all froggy about getting all that in there.
Yeah, we might look at actually getting a replacement part of that, because
well, your problem here, look and watch this, because see that's not stainless, that's aluminum. And if you put it like a metal plug or something in there, you're gonna get dissimilar metal, and that thing will weld itself there.
So you need the PVC or plastic.
Yeah, it needs to be something that won't react with that, or this thing will weld in there and you'll never get it out.
Good to know.
Good to know, because it'll bite you every time.
But because of the tight spot that he has, that's, you know, the channel locks are kind of creating a, it's kind of tearing up the plug.
These plugs are like a dime a dozen, so
yeah,
you can keep 1 or 3 of them with you.
yeah, so
I've done this probably 4 times on this trailer, and that's why it's kind of boogered till I finally found my little bitty channel lock. Trying to do this with a bigger pair is really terrible.
We'll buy 1 or 2 of those.
And then always push this down, or if you don't, when you turn that water back on, it'll just steady flow through there. So
you just flip it.
That's all you gotta do.
All right, so close that back, flip that down, and then we can turn the water back onto the trailer. Here, we're just gonna turn this valve back on. I'm kind of gonna slowly, there we go, full open. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope this has been helpful. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye y'all.